Right, lovely stuff. You should be able to hear me now. Sorry for the delay. Adult things. That sounds like I was having coitus. I wasn't. Sadly. I'd have been on a lot sooner. Lovely stuff. Let's just get our particulars in order. Get rid of some of these. Hang on, I'll just reopen that. Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, we got the race seat. It's racing time. None of that dull watching me do the tests, which, let's face it, drove me and everyone insane. Good evening, how are we? Sorry for the delay. We can get straight to it. One moment and then we'll crack on with the race. See how many races we can get done today is what I'm aiming for. Something big. We'll go big. I'm good, thank you. Thank you. Your day been good? Right, let's get, well, without further ado, just jump straight into what's nice is we're starting our track on pretty decent at as well. So hopefully we can get off to a positive start. 'Cause we want a good run to the end of the season. We've been given a chance and I'm going to absolutely rag it. Good evening, how are we? Yeah, that's fine, mate. We've got a qualifying to do, so we'll get on with that and then, yeah. Lovely stuff. Just get my particulars in order anyway. Oh dear. Right, we will get going in a sec, we will. Oh dear. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Right, let's dive straight into the Grand Prix. Now, as I was saying, it is a... No, I don't want to do Race Car Evolution. That's what I plan to do, straight to qualifying. I don't do none of that. You're a hero, Rod. Right, straight into qualifying. That's what we like to see. My teammates Liuzzi. I'm going to get out early. I want a couple of laps on the board. Because I'm hoping, being a track I like, fingers crossed, we can have a good first Grand Prix in our Toro. So now we've driven the life out of this car in testing, so I'm hoping it won't be ropey when we get into race scenario, so fingers crossed. Now obviously from where the the Toro Rosso is in the pecking order, I think Q2 is a definite, like we should be getting into Q2. Well, I don't know, should we? Should we be getting into Q2? I've got it on the hardest difficulty because normal's too easy. So we'll see. We'll see. We should. I think the goal initially should be just trying to get out of Q2. I'm not sure what the team want from us. I should have probably looked. I think also a goal, just beat our teammate. That should be very wide there. If we can gun ho and beat our teammate, we should be alright. 1:18.9 is our first lap of the session. So McLaren coming out there, we can go faster than that. We'll do 2 laps. We'll do 2 push laps. just taking a little bit too much curb on the exit. I don't think it cost us much time. We've already been beaten by Nick Heidfeld. Well, that will be...
Christian Albers sets a new qualifying lap time. He's done enough on this occasion.
Oh, it wasn't great for it, but we have found nearly 3 tenths in that first sector. We could have thrown it all away in that corner there alone, though. So clear there. I don't think we'll be able to. Oh, we've taken that all wrong. It'll be interesting to see how we get on in comparison to the Red Bull, because it is pretty much. Oh, we're out wide there. Just need to gain some composure. But we have found 4 tenths, so we're about 6-7 tenths up on this lap alone. Because it tells you whether you're up in the sector, not as a collective.
Mark Webber completes a flying lap.
Out on there, try not to take to the grass. Cross line, we've done an 18-1. It's put us into second place for now. But if we head back to the garage, we're currently in P10. Peter Standards, right. Currently P10. I might advance the time once. Yeah, I think we're going to be alright here. I think we'll make it through. Yeah, we went through to Q2. I'm very pleased with that. Who went out? Let's have a look.
We'll continue in a few moments.
So I've already out-qualified Liuzzi. We're nearly a second quicker than him already. That is a positive start. E-Day's last, of course he is. But actually speaking, if we just beat our teammate, there's a strong chance we'll get out of Q1 in each time we do it.
With the times reset and only 10 places up for grabs in the third and final shootout phase, Session 2 is likely to be very competitive. The mid-table qualifiers from Session 1 get another bite of the cherry to see if they can show what they're really capable of.
I'm not sure if we'll be threatening Q3. I'm not sure what the time we'll need, but we will do 2 laps again in this session, and we'll see where we end up. A bit later on the brakes at the time where we have run out a little bit wide. Then we had to kind of switch back on ourselves. Good evening. How are we? Hold it. Should be flat through here. We're going to get done for scrubbing. We'll just do the less time consuming way and we'll go again. So 16.9. I know it's enough for a Ferrari, but we ain't getting close to that. Did an 18.2 in Q2. I should have checked because sometimes they whack you on hard tyres. So I'll do this run and then we'll have a little look. Hopefully we're on the hards because we'll know we'll be able to make a little bit more time up. We're out wide again. Required a little bit of a lift. I feel like might be more confidence than anything else. Lovely through there. Get the car stopped. Bounce over the curbs. Try not to let it send us to Narnia. Now this is a tricky section of the course. I've taken far too much curb there. But this is a quick little bit flat there. You probably want a little lift depending on where you're at, and we're out so wide. Avoid the wall. I don't think, no, we didn't get no damage, but we're near the end of the lap, so we'll just go again. There's been a shocking Q2. Right, we'll go again. We'll go again. Right, head down, focus. Thankfully, we didn't get no damage on clipping that wall. If you do hit it side on with a tyre, you can get away with it a lot of the time. Although the damage on this is very sensitive. So fingers crossed we don't get caught up with anything in the first race, because quite frankly that would be an absolute disaster. Now I'm going to cut it a little bit tighter this time. That's worked a dream. Come on, 18.1 is doable, I would say. Not doing that, it's not, but we're 3 tenths up on our previous best. It didn't count, but it's a good indication. And 18.2 I think we did in Q1. So we've got a chance for Q3 here, I think. I think the pace is there for Q3. Little lift. That was much better. Don't get done. We haven't hit the brakes. Chuck it in. Some tracks you can use so much curb, but there's others that just do not let you do that. Oh, we've run very wide in the final corner. We had to feather the throttle as we get back on. We're going to come to the line. An 18.3. There's time. There's time in this. What do you mean, why is it so wide? As in, why do I keep running wide, or...? We are on hard, so there's a bit of time to be found in the tyres. Currently, to get into Q3, we need a 17.9. He's wide, isn't it? He's not this wide in real life. I'm thankful for the wideness, in truth be told, because quite frankly, I need all the track I can get. Come on, we've got the soft tyres on now. That should hopefully give us a little bit more mechanical grip. So that 17.9 is definitely doable. 100% that's doable. It's just an 18.3 is what we're sitting on. No, we're not going to do it doing that. Maybe we'll do 2 laps. And that'll probably be our final 2 laps of this session, because we will run out of time. We've lost 4 tenths in that first sector. But we'll keep going. We'll find the rhythm, and then hopefully we can build for our second lap. I think I'm losing a lot of time in these 2 corners here. And that was probably the best we'd taken that sector. Oh, you see, that required a lot more of a lift than in previous attempts. We've found that 4 tenths again, so we're probably pretty much on track to match the time, and we were incredibly wide in the final corner. So I think this is it. Do or die lap. Much better. Good exit. Good exit. Lovely stuff. Straight to the line, and we're going to do it at 1 minute 17.5. Oh my lord. Easily into Q3 with that. We're going to go again. We're going to see if there's more time. Putting the softs on. There's pace in this car. Lovely. I think we might have even found a bit more time in the first sector. A little dab at the brakes. We've found nearly 4 tenths in that first sector. Little touch on the grass. Get the chicane right. Mount the first curb. You kind of want to avoid the second curb because it does try and throw the car around. There's a little mistake. Could have had that better. But it's not too bad. I had a dab of brakes, so we might get done this time. We are going to get done this time. I was being far too overzealous, but we should be into Q3 in our debut on track. Let's end the session. We have beaten the big team Red Bull. Suck your mum.
As we enter the final stage of qualifying, the shootout stage, the slate is wiped clean, and the 10 remaining drivers each have an equal opportunity to try and get that all-important pole position.
Right, now obviously when we leave garage we have to do our fuel, so we've got pace. I might do an extra lap and then we'll be mighty at the end. That's how we're going to do it, because it doesn't matter where we start, because a top 10 start is still phenomenal. So fingers crossed. I'm probably just going to do the 1 lap in here, and we're very wide with that fuel load on board. It's the equivalent of 38 laps on board this car, so we'll do a lap just so we can have done 1. I'm not expecting anything above 10th really, because we've done a majestic lap to get ourselves in to this session. So hopefully the race will be top notch. Ooh, I can feel the rear go then. His hair is a bit wayward on the heavy fuel, as it would be. But yeah, we're going to do the one lap and then we'll get straight to that. Yeah, no, that's cost us time through there. It's fine. I'm expecting 10th in this session. I'm not really going to gun and push it for anything else. We're thinking of the race now. So, an extra lap of fuel. So we are mighty at the end on fresh tyres with less fuel on board than probably some of the people we're fighting with. Points probably not doable. I say that because it's points down to 8th. So we've done a 19, nice plus 3rd currently, but that will be pushed down by the end. So I am going to bring it in. Yeah, we're down to 10th already. To be fair, it wasn't a great lap, but yeah, this is the starting grid. Did you want me to skip Martin Brundle's intro to the race? Right, obviously we start 4 laps, and then we're going to pit and just have like a 3-lap shootout.
Welcome to the Hungaroring in Budapest for this year's Hungarian Grand Prix. In 1986, the Hungarian Grand Prix made history when it was the first F1 race to be run behind the Iron Curtain. Characterised by its dusty and slippery surface, the Hungaroring has the tightest layout on the Formula 1 calendar, that is apart from Monaco. Overtaking here is very difficult, so a good qualification is absolutely crucial. Pretty much perfect weather conditions for racing here today, so we should see some very competitive lap times during this race.
Ooh. I thought it was raining then. We are not good in the wet. If you can hear the fan in the background, that is the PS3 essentially about to take off. What are you so damn loud for? You're not even hot. Oh yeah. It's got a warmth to it. There's a warmth to it. I'm hoping you can't hear it. I'm over the moon with our P10. Come on, James, you tell us. We need a good start, run down at turn 1. Schumacher's had a stinker of a qualifying. Oh, and he's got a stinker of a start as well. What a start. Into the slipstream. Yes, yeah, Trulli's always getting a bad start. There's not so lie. Oh, I'm going to be cautious. Oh my. That is the most electrifying start in F1 Championship history. There's absolutely no reason we should be this high. Come on, this is a great start. And we are hassling Kimi Raikkonen just ahead of us. In his McLaren. We've got pace. We have got pace. I don't know if the AI are just absolutely shocking on the first lap on this. I'm going to take it. We've got Juan Pablo Montoya behind us, and behind him is Fisichella. So, ooh my. It's fine, it's fine. If we can just keep a rhythm, we've got probably, I'm expecting, obviously Massa, is that Massa who leads? Massa leads the Grand Prix. Now a lot of the time, the big teams will underfill. So they will, damn right, we're finally in the race seat. This is where it starts getting good, because let's face it, watching me do the tests was an ache for all of us involved, wasn't it? So fingers crossed we won't ever have to be a test driver again. We qualified P10. You obviously, oh no, we're on the first lap of the race. Qualified P10. We're over the moon, as you can tell by the ecstatic tone of my voice. Get on the brakes into turn 1. Now the cars in front of us have found their rhythm a little bit. We're not going to have the pace to start tackling, so let's get that idea out of our head. We've got Juan Pablo Montoya behind us, but he isn't giving us an incredible amount of grief yet. Someone's blown up. Is that someone in front of us that's... The problem I hate about this game is, right, you can slip on the oil, and it's there. Oh. You can slip on the oil, but they can't. Like, the AI just do not slip on the oil. And I can't lie to you, that has to be... It's always Trulli. A rear wing? They ain't replacing that. Just sack it off. Oh my. The oil can end up... I've been putting the wall from the oil. It just irritates me that the AI don't suffer. Like, they can just run over it at like an incredible speed. Yeah, I did. Obviously, I get it, it's meant to be slippery. I was fine with that. It was just annoying that we, the player, were the only ones that suffered from it. Did anyone have anyone that's watching? Did they ever have an engine failure in this game? I don't think I've ever had one. Like, they're quite common for the AI to get, but I myself have never had one.
You're fifth. Montoya sixth. Michael Schumacher is seventh. That's a gain of 2 places. And Christian Klien is in eighth. We're preparing for your stop next lap, okay? Scheduled stop next lap.
If anyone wondering, we're doing the shorter distance so we can get lots of races done within a stream, therefore more opportunity to work our way up. You had an engine failure. I think it's got to be quite rare, because obviously in this game you don't pick. Oh, I've made a right hash of that corner. If we can get a good stop, I'm kind of hoping to come out ahead of Montoya. I'm assuming Schumacher down, because he started 8th. So I'm assuming he put a bit more fuel. You see, Montoya's boxed. Yeah, I've never had one. Right, we need to get on it because we're in this lap. It's hammer time for us. I'm assuming Schumacher behind us. He qualified P8. And that probably means, obviously, 'cause you have to start the race with you have to do your qualifying lap with your race fuel. So, I'm assuming Schumacher's overfilled. Hoping to go a bit longer in the race, doing what we're doing, so we've got a bit more pace at the end of the Grand Prix. We do need a good in-lap and a good pit stop, because remember, it's the button bashing pit stop. And I haven't done one for a while. Not since I released a video on it. That's not too bad, We're not getting swamped by Schumacher behind. He's 1.6 back. Thank you very much, sir. I think you were here when we just got it in the last one, weren't we? Or did you just miss it? I think you might have just missed it, but we're coming in. Come on, we need a good stop here. Right, come on, we'll be at the end, so we've got time to prepare ourselves. Right, it's anti-clockwise, so it'll be the other way round. Come on. .3, not too bad. I'll take it. Yeah, I didn't do a race. This is the first race in our seat, so I'll take it. We have come out ahead of Juan Pablo Montoya, so we should slot ourselves back into P5. There's points on the charge here. As long as I don't bottle it. I've bottled it on the last lap for a win once, so. No, it's anti-clockwise, isn't it, this one? What is it? Because it depends on what the buttons are, if it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, because it's just the other way around, some of them. We're having a stinker of an outlap here. Ooh. Right, I'm going to pause to read chat because I'm trying to do it while driving and it's just an absolute horrendously... Yeah, 100%. I loved the pit stops, but I've been done over. But especially if you try and anticipate the button coming up. Because then you're in there for hours. The worst pit stop game for me I'd ever played is F1 2010. You obviously brake for the box and stuff like that, which is great. I liked all that. But if you pitted on the same lap as like 3 cars, you were being held for a week. I remember I dropped from P2 all the way down to like P18. You'd just be in there for weeks. Someone requested a F1 2013 career mode, so I'll get my I can't remember who that was, so that's just rude of me, I apologise. But I might make that the next career mode. You don't see a lot of throwback 2013 career mode, so that'd be good. You want some F1 97? You just want the you just want to see Villeneuve, the Williams driver. I'll chuck some F1 97 in there. It's a golden game. I'll even rename him so he's actually Villeneuve, not just Williams #1. He was in this game, Villeneuve, to be fair to him, isn't he? Yeah, why didn't he want his name in the game?
His last lap. Alonso is behind him in second place.
Right, we're going one. We're going to get points on debut, but Montoya and Schumacher are breathing down the necks. They better not have COVID. Well, it didn't exist here, did it, actually? So they won't. I always get well nervous when you go off track because it's got that dodgy penalty system in it when if you like cut the track a little bit, it just holds you for like 7 seconds on some of them. They used to have me seething, they'd just swarm past you. Oh, I've had a stinker into there. Yeah, 100%. And it's actually, to be fair, for its time, it's really good commentary. I think he went and voiced his lines as well. It wasn't like taken from the TV. Oh, don't jinx it. We've still got a sector to go. Go on, Montoya's. I did find on this game it's incredibly easy to lock the rears and spin the car. Especially at high-speed corners that require a dab of brakes. Points on our debut. I am absolutely delighted with that. We're going to come to the pit wall. No one's there. Yes. Get in there.
That's the 13th race of the season completed. Unlucky for some? Possibly. But it's provided an interesting spectacle once again. We take a longer break now.
I think we're the first Toro Rosso driver to score points this season.
The final part of the season.
Let's see, they're finishing in 13th. Trulli was. Oh, Trulli. He said that Trulli's rear wing was broken, so it must have just been a bit of a dodgy one. So. Right, this is what the championship table looks like. With Alonso's got a point lead on that, so that's getting tasty. Schumacher's having a stinker this season. I'll take your seat. I love it. But we are 11th in the standings, right? We're already ahead of all our teammates. What's my predictions for this weekend? McLaren on pole. I don't actually look. Norris looked quick in FP2. I don't know. It's good. I'm glad that I'm saying I don't know because it used to be Max. So I'm glad that we're starting this debate, this conversation off with, I don't know. I would probably, car-wise, I'm going to say the McLaren, and I'll say Norris for the win. Ooh, what are we thinking? Should we apply? Because that'll probably be for next season. So what are we thinking, chat? Should we at least show some interest to Toyota? Yeah, we'll apply. We have to, don't we? We have to. I think we might get the Toyota one because they are really, like, they do not set the bar high for the people they employ. The BMW are interesting there, did I see? Ooh, things are getting a little bit tasty now. Let's save. Let's save. PlayStation sounds like it's about to take off. 2029 seems to be the earliest that it'll happen, because obviously they just signed that new agreement with Ferrari, the technical partnership with Ferrari. Ooh. What one would you pick in real life? What one would you pick, chat? Because I'm going to apply for that one as well. We'll advance the time. Right. I don't know if it'll be 20, because Toyota in the real world are focusing on hydrogen. I'm not being their test driver. You can suck anything. If they offer me a seat, what? Right, we're staying at Toro Rosso then. I'm doing good, mate. Yourself? Right, so we're not going to Toyota. Try and give me a test driver role. I stepped a bit. Oh, I'd thin the pair of that lineup out. Right, we're staying at Toro Rosso then. BMW were saving. Rejected. Rejected. I'm heartbroken. Heartbroken. That must be disappointing for Scott Speed. Right, we have got the Turkish Grand Prix. We've got P5. P5. And our debut. Great result. Actually, Turkey's not a bad track for us either. I'm much better at the tracks in the second half of the championship, which might make a title bid a bit worrying. Might be too far behind by the time we get to the good tracks. Right, what we usually do, straight to qualifying. We don't need practice over here. God, you ain't gonna miss much. It's just which seat? We got the Toro Rosso seat. We were a test driver for the first half of the season, and we got it just in time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So we got P5 on debut, qualified P10, so it's actually a really good debut. We're going to get straight to it. Q1. We should be getting out of Q1. We've turned in far too early there. I won't lie, this is a great track. When F1 went here during the COVID years, it was phenomenal. I'd love them to come back here. It's incredible. We've got more points than all of, we're the only Toro Rosso driver to score points this season as well. I never knew how to take this corner on this game. It always felt like you needed to drop a gear, but it wouldn't let you do it unless you have manual gears. Well, that seems a bit better. Almost tried to throw the car there. I tell you what, the brakes on this game are absolutely outrageous. Right, we'll do what we usually do, 2 laps. Right, I've done a 29.8, can't remember if that's good. Right, turned in too early on the first lap, turned in too late on the second, so, oh my. Lap 3 should be bang on. Alright, a little bit more. I think we're probably going to lose a lot of time in this first sector on this lap at least. Ooh, touched a curb. It's been a stinker of a lap. We have only lost a 10th. What are these lines? Russell Brand will be seething with these lines.
Takuma Sato completes his flying lap.
Yeah, I thought he might do that. Right. We might not be too bad. That's not... I can't... Is that... Oh, Heidfeld's beating us. That might not be great. We advance a bit. Oh, we'll be fine. End the session now. P11. Rosberg out in Q1. Liuzzi's last. Someone have a word with Liuzzi. Do you know, I'll probably give it a go. Yeah, how far are we? How many rounds have we got left? Can anyone politely tell me? I don't think it's a lot. I don't think it's a lot.
We've reset the clocks as the times from session 1.
Well, you can watch the session on this, can't you? If we're ever really desperate for some content, we'll just whack this on.
We'll be down to 10 contenders, all battling it out in a shootout.
I would have loved this game to be on PC, mainly because I got the feeling that modders would have had a field day with it. I'm surprised it never was, to be fair, because well, it was PlayStation exclusive, wasn't it? So I'm surprised no one ever found a way to port it, because you could get the PS3 emulator, but I could never get it working, so... Oh my Jesus. I can't quite remember though, but what was this? I know obviously it's essentially F1 2006 remastered that only came out a year later. Oh my. But what, was there like any, other than graphical, was there any major, oh this has been an awful lap. It's a sighting lap. Was there any, what's the major differences between this and F1 2006? Other than graphical? I don't think there was. Because it was this game and then we just didn't get an F1 game for years. Oh my Jesus. Yeah, mine just... I think I got it to open, but then it just crashed the moment it got to like the menu. So I just gave up with it. Yeah, you got F1 2006 on the PS2, and then this one was just F1 Championship Edition. I think they chucked a few things, like you could get a few classic cars on it if you could unlock them in time trial.
He's done very well with that lap.
The PS2 emulator on PC is really good. I rarely have or have had any issues with it. Right, let's go again. Not high. I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I'll have a little gander for you soon. They're not impressive because I don't really do a whole lot of gaming on a PC. I've always been console. But when I wanted to get into streaming and stuff, you need a somewhat okay PC. So I've got a fairly low spec one, but it's enough to play games fine on, so I've had no issues with it up until now. I haven't tried any like modern racing games because if they come out on the Xbox I'll just get them on there. So I never really, like I said, of course it runs that fine and for modding and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a very long-winded, I don't know what the specs are but they're fine. I don't think we'll get to Q3 this time. I think we're asking a bit much. I think the car capabilities will hamper us a little bit. We've already out-qualified Liuzzi, so... I was going to try and finesse it, like, play some more modern racing games. If people wanted to see that, I'm happy to play. P5 at a 29.3. Do you know, we're halfway through this session. That might be enough. Oh, PlayStation, please. Can you, like... You're not even that warm. I think that's what it is. I go for convenience because... there is some powerful computers out there, and if it's a new game, I'll buy it on the console. But if it's PC only, then they're not usually heavy games. Like Le Mans Ultimate, I thought about getting that, so I tested the PC against the specs, and it will play and run it fine. I might just have to dull the graphics down a little bit, so I wasn't sure whether to get it. Because I know it's still in beta at the moment, but I thought about it. And to be fair, console-wise, I know you can get it on a PC as well, but I'm a big fan of the Game Pass. We're tempted. Should we risk that? Is it? I might give it a miss. I don't know if they're releasing a console version. I know it's in beta at the moment, hence why. But motorsport games are a bit dodgy when it comes to that, because I swear they had the rights to an IndyCar game, which, quite frankly, I was all over. We've crept through to Q3 back to back. But yeah, motorsport games can be a bit dodgy. Because like I said, I was so excited for that IndyCar game, because there just hasn't really been one since 2005. Yeah, 100. Yeah, easy. There's a couple of PlayStation exclusives I was interested in, but I've always swayed more to Xbox. But that was more because when I was growing up, my friends and brothers, we just had Xbox. So I was never console war heavy. I was always. My advice was always, well, get the one your friends have. Yeah, because they keep losing, but they had the license and started a game. Like, it was in quite far into production, because it was even being pushed by IndyCar themselves. I didn't realise about BTCC, because I give them to Codemaster so he can get a TOCA game. All for the Sega Genesis. I had an N64 with World Grand Prix. Right, what fuel strategy should we go for? I might just pit a half distance again. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, a bit of F1 World Grand Prix. What's the one where Tiff Nadell just puts you down when you're doing that test at the start? I've done a video on it. But Tiff Nadell, he doesn't have a go at you, doesn't he? He may touch the grass a little bit. No, go. I thought you tried to tell me, right? You were on 5th gear, right? Not even top, right? But yeah, give Codemasters the TOCA series back. To be fair, Codemasters absolutely aced it with the rally game, WRC. Mega Drive. They did. Yeah. Why was it named differently? We'll just probably do the 1 or 2 laps again. To be fair, should we talk about N64? I thought, until the Switch, I thought Nintendo were dead in the water. Richard, I'm going to get some of these guys. We're doing some throwbacks soon, you know. We'll do some throwbacks. I've got a PS1 emulator and a PS2 emulator. We can find these. One game I was a little bit disappointed with, and I haven't gone back to it just yet, was Forza Motorsport. I wanted that game to be good. And I just feel like the career mode is so dull. And if you race online, you get shafted at every possible opportunity by people that just want to plough into you. I think they've put endurance races on it now, though, so that could be something. That could be something to get involved in. Gran Turismo 4 banged. I do have that installed on the for the emulator. I might have to get into it. That had some beastie endurance races on there as well.
Felipe Massa, Fernando Alonso, Michael Schumacher, Jarno Trulli, Kimi Raikkonen, Juan Pablo Montoya.
I think you could do the Le Mans 24 hours on that game. I might be mistaken.
Results should be coming in thick and fast throughout the session.
Oh, get in the bin. They still have the licenses. What's the new... Anyone played the new Gran Turismo? 7, is it? Because obviously I haven't... Obviously playing Forza Motorsport, that's technically the comparison. But I haven't played a Gran Turismo since... I've got Gran Turismo 5, right, on the... for this PlayStation 3. Because when I bought it for this game, it come with a few. Oh, I might re-download Forza Motorsport and we'll give that a re-go. See what's knocking on there. It's like nearly 200 gig though. You got to have time available to you. Wow, we were so far off the pace.
Goodbye.
We're coming to you live from Istanbul Park for this year's Turkish Grand Prix. Istanbul Park is situated in the Asian hills on the outskirts of the capital. Though fairly new to the Formula 1 calendar, with the first Grand Prix stage here in 2005, the circuit has already achieved some notoriety. Spa has its Eau Rouge. Istanbul has Turn 8.
I can get into online racing, yeah, if I'm racing with people that are like up for not ploughing into you, then yeah, I do really like it. That's why I don't do it on F1, because that's just all I see. All I see is people getting crashed into. I did play a lot of Forza Motorsport, but when it first come out, I didn't think the lobbies were too bad, but then it started getting littered by people that were just out to get you.
They're followed by Giancarlo Fisichella in third. Michael Schumacher is next. Montoya takes fifth. Alongside him is Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, there's just 2 points in it between Massa and Alonso, isn't there? So Alonso's going to need a better race. Come on, another 10th place. We'll have to see. We got an outrageous start last time out. If we can get that, we can put ourselves in a good position for points. Back-to-back points would be extravagant. I was hoping to use a slipstream, but Raikkonen was just going somewhere else. I'm not going to fire it up the inside. Sometimes you don't have a choice. I've been so cautious there. We have got Nick Heidfeld behind us. Ralf Schumacher's looking keen. We are going to dive up the inside of GB. Oh, that's Barrichello. My apologies. Barrichello behind a teammate. Are we surprised? Actually, might not be behind his teammate. Oh, round the outside. Step to me, Kimi. Get a run on that Toyota. When he get past Trelli before he starts holding people up. Oh, majestic. Alonso's not doing his championship challenge any favours. Oh, step to me. Are you blown up? Is he? I think Alonso's out. I've made a hash brown of that. I think Alonso's out. He is out. He's having an engine failure. Oh, that's shocking with Massa leading this Grand Prix. That is going to hurt his championship big, because he was only 2 points clear as it was. Good old Barrichello doing Barrichello. So Barrichello was really good. He's just, his teammates were always better than him. I think the problem with I think that's another one having a engine expired. Yeah, problem with Barrichello is he always yeah, you're right, it might be 1 point. But the problem with Barrichello is that he never, I think he'd have done a bit better, maybe got some more race wins, if he'd have just changed his approach to, look, I'm not going to be able to beat Schumacher in the same car. Let's just, oh, if I'd have braked on the curb, I'd have been sent. So I had to play that safe. Oh, we dropped to 7th, but that's fine. There's a bit of a gap forming between 8th and 9th. True, true. Actually, who did he have early doors? Because up until, actually I say that with a lot of confidence. Who was... I think 2000, and then Button come out of the blocks, didn't he? Button come out swinging early. And just pretty much wrapped it up early. He started in 94. He was in that first half of the season. Jenson Button was outrageous. Even he admits though he thinks it got to him a little bit the second half, but he's still clean. He still won a title with a race to go. He did enough in the end. I think after he won this, didn't he, and then didn't win again. Yeah, because I think Barrichello nabbed himself 2 wins, didn't he? One in Valencia. Or did they go to Valencia in 2009? They might have done. And one in Italy. I need to stay away from that curve. Right, we're in. Oh, the end of this lap, actually. We're in at the end of this lap. Yeah, well, yeah, I thought it was. So he got himself. He's bagged himself 2 wins that season, but Button was so consistent. I think up to Turkey, Button had only not won once, and even then he come 3rd. I'm too tight there. Ooh. I think Massa did better. I think Massa in 2008 was his best season. But if you put him 1-on-1 in the best car, I think Massa wins the title. Both at a peak. Yeah, both in their peak, I think. I think Massa has it. I do. Yeah. Before his injury, someone's blowing up on the pitch straight. Right, come on. This one is anti-clockwise, unlike what I said last time. So, that's a lot. Both Toyotas out. Sums up their time in Formula 1, doesn't it? Right, come on. Oh. 8.7. I try and always go for under 9 because I think the air are just generally quite slow at pit stops anyway. Lovely stuff. God, it's tense round here, isn't it? Right, so we're not gonna. Yeah, I mean he was alright in 2014, but he just never really. We never really got the same Massa back. Like, how he managed to convince Ferrari to keep him for another 3 years. Because he stayed 2010, 2011, 12 and 34 years at Ferrari. They must have just had a real soft spot for him. Because there was better drivers available to Ferrari at that time. Well, then again, actually I say that, Kubica was signed, wasn't he? Before he had his accident, so that probably would have got rid of Massa. But that's for like 2011. Oh, I don't know. He did drive away with his fuel hose. I know it was the fuel hose in the fixed 2008 Singapore race, but he did still drive away with his fuel hose. Because I think if he doesn't do that, he wins the title. Because it was close. Right, we've got ourselves into P6. Right, it's Kimi come out of the pits there. Who's this? I've been jumped by Rubens. Yeah, the crash gate. When they did that, the crash gate, they then treated Nelson Piquet Jr. like a piece of trash, and then were surprised when he went to the FIA about it. But there was one. Renault just didn't like Piquet. I mean, he wasn't great. Because I think there was a race where Alonso retired and they started packing up. Like Piquet was still in the race. More for oh my days. More for forward thinking and getting home early. But you got one car in the race. No. Right, it's P7. In theory, we shouldn't be beating it. Yeah, he was, yeah. How he agreed to it. I mean, it was played to perfection, wasn't it? And realistically, if PK hadn't said anything, we'd probably never know.
Massa in P1 has begun his last lap. Fisichella is in second behind him.
Massa about to make it back to back. I'm not a huge fan of PK Senior, to be fair.
Only one more lap to go, and the current race order looks like this. Massa is first. Fisichella is second. Michael Schumacher third. Montoya fourth.
Ooh, we're out wide.
Barrichello is sixth. You're seventh. Eichfeld is in eighth place.
Stop taking so much curb. Just cruise to the end. Get yourself another couple points. Right, someone's exploded. Who is it? Please don't be on the racing line. There it is. It was on the racing line. It's always on the racing line. Oh yeah, the Spygate. I do find it absolutely hilarious how that come about, because wasn't it someone had left a copy of the whatever it was on the what was it? Someone had left it in like a photocopier in a library.
Massa races past the checkered flag for the maximum 10 points and top spot on the podium.
Back-to-back points. I will take that 2 points. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Yeah, you don't see stuff like that. You don't see scandals no more. Even when Red Bull went over on the cost cap, it weren't really that bad, was it? Back-to-back points. Come on.
So there we have it, an amazing Turkish Grand Prix.
Weren't it just between McLaren and Ferrari? Like Ferrari had, McLaren had employed a Ferrari guy, or they were just giving each other, or they were giving McLaren information or something. I can't remember the fine details. No one cheats no more. Yeah, but they're boring, ain't they? I want the scandals on the track.
Where you can bet your house there will be a huge presence of fans for Ferrari. We've had
So I skipped all that, apologies. Yeah, but Renault was sucky in them times, so pick up Nigel Stepney. Right, nothing on there. Yeah, they offered me a drive Toyota, but it was a test drive. I'm not doing that again. I can't go back. Yeah, I know it's there. I can't do that though. You try to get me work along the side Jarno Trulli. Oh no, Ocon's out. He'll be snitching straight up. I'd do it then snitch. He's got a Haas though, isn't he, Ocon? Right, we've got a Magny-Core ability test. We should breeze through this. That's what irritates me about modern Formula 1. You don't get no like F-duct stuff anymore, even DAS. Because the moment it's put on a car, they just get rid of it. Like they'll just outlaw it. Like even back in the day, like what was it, 97, 98, when he had the dodgy like wings, the not T-wings, like the wings on the mirrors. You know, you don't see stuff like that no more because you're not allowed to do it. It's a shame, really, because I think the like the DAS system was phenomenal. Ah, niche, had niche. Like even active suspension, that was impressive. I'm fine. I'd be fine with active suspension coming back today, but even if like, just have like everyone has to have the same one. Oh, the internet would have a field day with it, and it'd somehow be Hamilton's fault. Love the active suspension. I really just want someone to rag the 93 Williams. Schumacher Hill 94, yeah. See, I don't tend to read a lot of Twitter. I've caught you up speed, so I'll slow down. I don't tend to read a lot of people's opinions, especially on Twitter, or X as it's now called. Mainly because it's not an opinion, is it? It's people just say outrageous stuff. Like you can't have a debate with someone on the internet anymore because your mum always gets targeted. You might be racist. It's a shocking place to be. Like, I use it to keep up. Mainly, I use the official accounts, keep up with like IndyCar, MotoGP, and F1 pictures and stuff like that. It's generally how I roll with it now. I don't even look under the comments no more. Oh my. Scott, how have I caught you? You left the garage like a week before I did. This is unacceptable. Right, 14-8 versus a 17-5. Thank you very much. If I accidentally crash into him, right? You see that I'm gaining so much there. See me in your mirrors. Doing speed. Get in the bin, boy. I'll read that. When Villeneuve gave his opinion on Ricciardo, the fan base said Danny defended him without any solid argument. No, I know, and they just kept reciting back to his Red Bull days. Although I hope Rod's not listening, because technically Villeneuve's career ended a very similar way. So I'm not sure he had much of a leg to stand on when it comes to that. But I get he was right. He was asked to be a pundit to give his opinion. His opinion was that, and it was correct. So he's not wrong. Like, I'm a massive Daniel Ricciardo fan, but he's not been the same since McLaren. I wonder if since these regs. Well, he weren't great in 21 actually, was he? Yeah, Villeneuve's bang on, but I wonder if Villeneuve's bang on because he experienced exactly the same thing. But he is bang on. If they drop Perez, there's a question for you. If they drop Perez, who are they putting in that second seat? It's got to be Yuki in it. It has to be Yuki. I'll be surprised if it's Lawson. I'm seeing a lot of Lawson being floated about. It does hurt, but that's the problem. You can't. Villeneuve saying that and then a backlash from the Ricciardo fans is exactly why you can't have an opinion anymore. He's a dickhead. We'll probably get one more lap. I'm presuming. I'd put Yuki in the Red Bull. And yeah, Lawson in the V carb. It's Toro Rosso for me. I still call it Toro Rosso. Or I'll even, like, might stretch to AlphaTauri, but I'm not calling it V carb. Sounds like a diet drink. I've got a feeling though, for brand reasons, they'll put Ricardo in it. Well, they look good in practice today, fair play to them. But if I was Yuki, I'd be looking for a way out. I think he's calmed down a bit in the recent years. He's definitely grown as a driver in the last 3 years. I think what Red Bull might be worried about is if he is on track near Max, he is the type of driver to just sling it up the inside and take the pair of them out. I think that's what they're probably worried about. Which is fair, because I mean it's a results-based business at the end of the day. But I don't know, I think he's done enough to warrant at least a go in it. I'll be honest, if I was Red Bull, I'd be getting rid of Perez after the summer break and put Yuki in for the rest of the year. That's how I'd run it. Absolute annihilation of speed. Right, 2 emails in the box. Outstanding. Of course we are. Well done, you're very welcome. 2.7. We've got the Italian. Now I never go well at Italy, so this could be an absolute diabolical watch. Could be an absolute stinker of a Grand Prix. So we'll head straight to it. How many races have we got left? Did it give you a calendar? News? Not news. Information. Season calendar. Oh no, that's what is that? Right, season results. It'll give me some. It just won't. It won't give me that. Right. Why can't I see? Right, what are we in now? 8th of the 9th. Right, so in September we've got 1 race there. Is that right? Have we only got 4 Grand Prix left? Because the issue they got is they can't put Sainz in this season because there's absolutely no way Ferrari will release. Well, Ferrari could release him from his contract, but just put Behrman in for the rest of the season. But it's going to cost money that just doesn't need spending. So I mean, I fear, but the problem is, I think if they keep Perez in, I don't think Red Bull are going to win the constructors. I think McLaren will win it. McLaren have 2 drivers at the front. Like, Perez has scored like 15 points in the last 6 races. That's unacceptable. When you think Max scored 18 in Silverstone alone, you can't do that. I'm going to take all of the handling. I'm just going to bring that all the way down to like 30. Unless it's ropey at the rear, then we'll put some back on. No, true, but I don't know if Sainz will sign. I don't think Verstappen would want to. I don't think they get on. Well, I think they get on right now, but I know the dads don't get on. But I think it's very difficult to get on with Jos anyway. Could have braked a little bit later. You need to take so much curb from here. Look, yeah, I feel sorry for Leclerc because a lot of his fortune has not been down to him. Drove excellent at Monaco, and it hasn't really hasn't really transpired into anything. Yeah, but it's not like it was last year. Red Bull don't have that 5-6 tenths a lap buffer that they were carrying for pretty much all of last season. So Perez was having a shocker, like half a second behind Max. He was still second or third, still bringing in big points for the team. But now he's behind. Like, I don't ever see Perez finishing ahead of a Mercedes, McLaren or Ferrari. So that's immediately putting him in like 7th or 8th. Nah, I think it's the car. I think what happens, I do rate Leclerc very highly. And given the right car, I think he could have a championship beard. But that car, they did have an awful upgrade. Look a bit more on the money in the practice session at Hungary though. So hopefully this is a way back to the top. Thing is though, with 4 teams in the mix, if you have a bit of a stinker of a weekend, you'll be scoring barely any points. Like Mercedes are on back to back now. Hulkenberg looks incredible this season. For me, with Haas's new team principal, I think that just goes to show how Gunther Steiner is a terrible team boss. People like him because he's like outspoken, he's good on camera, he's good on a Netflix show. But as a team boss, which is what he's paid to do, he's god awful. Red Bull didn't want him, right? So he's just. But I think if you look at a site like Haas have been terrible for years, and now suddenly they're good again. I think it was alright. Should have made that call years ago. Right, I'm going to end the session. We should be alright there. Yeah, lovely stuff. Liuzzi's out, of course he is. E-Day's not on the back row. Yeah, but that's what they tend to do now, F1 teams, because he's an ex-engineer, isn't he? Well, still an engineer. But most team principals or team bosses are just engineers.
Down to 10 contenders, all battling it out in a shootout session for pole position. Nick Heidfeld starts his outlap as the final knockout round begins.
Right, come on then. Got some alright pace so far, we're getting on alright. Our run of points will come to an end at some point because it is technically a backmarker car. I do rate an Ocon-Behrman lineup though. I don't know how I feel about Antonelli going to Mercedes though. That's an incredible step up because if it goes wrong, he's done and he'll only be 18 I think when F1 rolls around for 25. And people always say, oh, you shouldn't not necessarily judge their F2 season, not very one in Silverstone, but I think you said about the same about Behrman. I don't think he looks that incredible. But I don't think the Prema team is as much of a force in F2 as it used to be. So that could have a hand in it. They get a lot more. Toto Wolff from Mercedes will have a lot more data than we'll ever see. So they'll know. And obviously he's tested the... he's driven a Merc. I think he did the up-to-date Merc in a filming day. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. Don't hold me to it. 24.4 is our first lap. We'll go again. But then you gotta say that Red Bull, other than the two like Lawson, then again, Lawson's junior career wasn't like outrageous, but I think Red Bull, I think they're lacking a little bit with their junior drivers. They've got Hajar. They're Hajar in. I think that's unless I'm butchering that name. I might have even got the wrong person. But they've got Hajar. But when he did his practice session in Silverstone, I thought he looked very average. Got in the way of Ferrari as well. So I do think these junior drivers need more time in the car before they get to F1. Like, I think maybe the rule should change so that your young drivers have to just make FP1 a young driver thingy 10 times a year. If it's a new track, no. But there's so much data now that you can probably just have. FP1 is almost like a little test session anyway, because it's not track specific. It's not track condition. The track conditions aren't the same. FP2, obviously, that's more realistic of conditions, but yeah, it has lost some credibility. But I think that's down to their own doing. I think what they were doing early on is they were just shafting loads of people through, running out of seats, and then they got 4 seats. But if you've got 2 decent drivers in the junior team of AlphaTauri, V-Carb, then what? You're not dropping 2 to put 1 in, or dropping 1 to put another 1 in. It's a good idea. I just don't know if I like the idea of one team having 2 teams. But there you go, it's been there since 2006, so. But it's brought some big names through, like. But then again, think about it, right? They have only ever had 2 world champions. That's still quite impressive. But did we get through? I'm keeping our run a few free alive. Buttons had a stinker. He might have been the one that had an engine failure though.
First there were 22, then there were 16. Now we're down to the final 10. After this session finishes, we'll know who's on pole and how the rest of the field line up behind them. We have Ralf Schumacher leaving the pit lane first as session 3 begins. Fernando Alonso, Jarno Trulli, Ralf Schumacher, David Coulthard are all out on hot laps as I speak. Results should be coming in thick and fast throughout the session.
Damn, muted the microphone, I'm a welt. As I was saying to myself, I'll be streaming again tomorrow night. Are we wanting some F1 Championship Edition, or are you wanting something different for a Saturday evening? Oh, I've had a stinker there. I'm happy to switch it up or continue playing this. I'll play this for hours, to be fair. Hey, long. I know I haven't heard from you for a while. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry that everyone else didn't get that reaction, by the way. I know that sounds really rude, but it's been a while. That's very sweet of you, Jan, but... Oh, I might switch it up. We can switch it up for a Saturday night. Oh, I did a wheel on the grass there. That wasn't good. We'll go again. We'll do the 2 laps. And we'll see the outcome. Get on the brakes. I think I might have shafted that again. No, we did get a car stopped. Mount the curve. Bit of grass, but I ain't going to slow you down too much. We ride up to the long ass car. I think they need to do something about Monza, because I don't know how, but this track does not create good races. I don't even know how. I think they've opened up turn 1 though. I think the chicane's wider this year. The problem is it's almost like a monument Monza in it. So I think they'll change turn 1, but they won't change anything else. Because the issue is you've got this corner here in modern F1, and on them, like how it looks actually, it's such a fast corner. You're not really braking enough to warrant needing to being able to warrant an overtake to happen. Ooh, we had a bit of oversteer there. That's going to hamper us. Big time. They do sound good. And this was a V10 as well. Restricted, but it's a V10. Oh, we didn't do anything, did we? It's fine. We're going to make it 3 P10s in a row. I'm fine with that. We're just really slowing. Oh, it's at the same time as Coulthard. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. DC was good, you know. I'd see a lot of DC slander online. DC was a good driver. On his day, was absolutely class.
We've enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you for tomorrow's race.
It's narrow, isn't it? But then you've got tracks like Hungary that Jan pointed out earlier, so wide. They definitely weren't laser scanned, let's put it that way.
We're here at Monza for the Italian round of the Formula One World Championship. Monza is one of the classic circuits, and it's also the quickest on the Formula One calendar. That means we'll see the cars reaching top speeds of around 230.
However, I will say that this game is way more fun to play. Yeah, DC over Barrichello any day of the week.
To witness what promises to be another high-octane dose of F1 action.
I will say this game is way more fun to play than F1, like any of the modern ones. Modern F1 games seems to have lost the fun. Like, they used to just be games you'd sit there, you play for hours on end. I have to be in the mood to play that game. 24 now. I've skipped that. Apologies. It's just they're not fun and exciting to play no more. That's why I don't play them too much. I'd love to stream them because it'd just be just good. What a start! That car tried to be leading into turn 1. Oh, slip it round the outside. Get a run on Montoya. Montoya was good. Going to McLaren was an absolute howler though. But I say though, going to McLaren, I think Montoya's career was doomed regardless. Because if it had stayed at Williams, they were falling apart anyway. And McLaren it didn't suit him. It just never really made sense. Not with like prim and proper Ron Dennis. It was an outrage. We seem to be lightning off the line. I'd assume that's just the same. Yeah, and that worked at Williams with their They were almost. I know they weren't really that. Oh, you welt! Step to me, Montour. Nah, I'm not having that. That weren't my fault. He tried to step up the inside there. Come see me in the paddock. I did get involved with that one, James. Tell me it's my fault, though. Damn right, I got a Scot free. Did he cussing my ass out either? Yeah, had the talent, but his attitude was awful. But the problem being is Kimi would. I think Kimi just put Montoya in his place. Montoya always used to say that he had the chance to go to Ferrari, but Schumacher blocked it. I've never really known if there was much weight to that. I wouldn't have gone to Ferrari in that 2000 though. Oh, who's that? Massa with Alonso in P2. See, the championship battle is outrageous here. There's always someone having an engine failure on here. Where's the oil? There it is.
You just beat your best time through sector 2. The car condition indicator is showing green tyres. They've heated up nicely now. Grip should be good.
Yeah, I liked that about Montoya though. I liked that he weren't afraid to, like, he didn't care. Because I do think he's right when he said in an interview a while back that people, if Schumacher was coming through the field, people used to just get out of his way, and he used to find that really annoying. And a modern driver isn't doing that. A modern F1 driver isn't doing that. Want anyone?
Alonso leads. Michael Schumacher is in second. He was in the lead earlier. Raikkonen is third.
100%, and he put that move he did on Schumacher at Brazil in his first season. There weren't drivers that were doing that to Schumacher.
That's a gain of 2 places. Heidfeld is in 8th place.
Ready when you are. Schedule stop at the end of this lap.
And I really, really rate Schumacher. He's definitely one of the greatest of all times, but I think Schumacher was at his best when he was at the front. I don't think he was all that great in battle. We're in this lap, I forgot about it. Oh, there's a few lines there I'll have to pause. I always remember him as a dude that raced good and had a lot to say. But yeah, because his career went that long, was it? 2001 was his debut. I don't think it was 2000. No, it was 2001. Because I think Williams wanted him for 2000. But he'd already signed the kart deal or something. But he's had a fairly good single-seater career. He's kart champion when he's won the Indy 500. I think he won the Indy 500 his first attempt. Yeah, 5.5 years. Because he just left McLaren mid-season, didn't he? Then he put De La Rosa in for the last.
Fisichella third. That's a gain of 2 places.
Ooh.
4th is Trulli. He's moved up from 6th. Heidfeld is in 5th. In 6th is Coulthard. In 7th place is Liuzzi. You're 8th.
Right, we dropped down to 10th. I'm presuming there's a couple of cars that haven't come into the pits yet. Yeah, Sato, he definitely hasn't appeared, unless he's having a worldie. Honda's love for Japanese drivers is a little bit frightening, right? Because I think Super Aguri was only set up really so that they could keep Sato on the grid. I think that was what plagued Honda, because they had Button and they loved Button, and Button was really good, and obviously that car in 2004 was really good, but they're hell bent on, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Yuki Tsunoda is the only reason he's in Formula 1, which isn't great, is because Honda was supplying the engines and they wanted a Japanese driver. Because Yuki Tsunoda's F2 record I don't think is great. Please don't be on the racing line here.
Look at the current top 8 positions.
Oh, no, from wide. Trying to avoid though. Hit it.
Alonso is second. Michael Schumacher third. He was in the lead earlier. Fourth is
Right, we jumping a couple cars in here. We are going to jump a fair few cars in here.
Heidfeld is in seventh.
Lovely stuff. Up into P6. Back into P5. Lovely stuff. Laviano Trulli bearing down on us. Trulli for me made absolutely no sense because Trulli's 1 lap qualifying pace was absolutely outrageous. But that's really where his talent stopped. He got that 1 race win at Monaco in 2004. But that was really about it, wasn't it? Did he ever really come close to winning a Grand Prix after that? You see, I'm going to talk about Toyota for a minute. But it probably is, what, for F1? It probably is Sato. I liked Taki Inoue, right, for the sole purpose of, there was an incident where he was hit by the medical car. I think Hungary. I can't remember what year it was. But he was running across the track after he retired, and just medical car crashed into him.
Has started his final lap. Second is Schumacher.
Fernando Alonso is on his final lap. Looks like he can take the win.
It's close at the front, isn't it? Oh dear, we might have a... This could be... I might have to defend the inside, because I will say on this game, the AI are ferocious on the brakes. Oh no, we're stuck. We've joined at the hip. That's allowed everyone involved. I like Taguri Suzuki. It probably was Sato, wasn't it? In terms of F1, I don't know in other categories. I mean, MotoGP at the moment, I think there's only one Japanese rider, and it's oh, what's his name? He rides for not the Honda team, but the satellite Honda team. What's his name? He's been there so long, and he's like not good. He's just not good. Is he? Then again, that Honda's horrendous. No. What?
While your tyres are blue, don't go crazy. Wait till they're green and you have optimum traction.
I will thin you out. It was a great move, to be fair. Down into the chicane, wasn't it? That was a lot in a McLaren as well. I mean, I'm happy with P6, but the AI on this game were aggressive, and they had the ability to brake so much later than you. I mean, I'll take P6, but Jesus, we keep our point streak alive. I'm happy with P6. Not too happy with Barrichello's display on that last lap, huh? I know he thinks he is, but Alonso wins, which should, I think, with Massa out, puts him back into the lead of the championship. Let's see.
Monza never fails to impress, and this season has been no exception. We've seen these V8 cars at full stretch here today, heading down the main straight and into the first chicane, and I can tell you, anyone who said that the V8s would be somehow slow compared with the V10s will quickly withdraw that comment.
Yes, Alonso back into the lead of the championship by a single point. Where are we? What are we doing? See, we're up into P11. We are ahead of both Red Bull drivers. We didn't have Belgium on this game, did they? Can anyone answer me the question of why we didn't have it? We've only got a Chinese Grand Prix, which I think we've only got 3 races left. China, Japan, Brazil. We'll make a quick save. Wait, that's because we were cussing him out earlier, wasn't it? I've been promoted. We are the... What? We are the first driver already. We're 3 races in, and they've already took one look at Liuzzi and gone, now get out of this house. Go clock out. which means I think they put speed back in. Oh, they've asked Liuzzi to go clock out. I've replaced both drivers this season. You'd leave, wouldn't you? You'd be straight out the door. I wouldn't even so much as a Toro. We'll reapply. They offered us test driver role last time. They offered me they're gagging for a new driver. They've had enough of theirs. Oh, there's an offer. What is said offer? If it'll be for next season. I will spin them out. Stop offering me test driver. I don't want it. They still try to give me test driver. Outrageous. They know I'd whoop Ralph and Trulli. Big up Ralph as well for coming out. Great to see. Hope that sets a good precedent for other, especially young drivers as well. Because that's a big name as well coming. And putting that information out there. So fingers crossed that does help with the younger generation. If they, it's been all forms of motorsport. It's top notch.
Welcome to the Shanghai circuit in the far east of China.
Right, we'll advance time a little bit because I want to see my comparisons.
As always, we'll be here for the duration to see who earns that coveted pole position. First though, session 1 is about to get underway. And we'll find out who will be making up the other end of the grid.
I won't lie to you, this Toro Rosso is actually a good car to drive. He says running incredibly wide. I never could work out if I liked China, the track. MotoGP went here for a brief period of time. I'd be flapping down that main straight on a MotoGP bike. Otherwise, I'm hoping one lap will do it. Really want to get to the end of the season. Start fresh. Hopefully. I don't know if, because we started as a test driver, we haven't really gained the experience and stat padding for moves to other teams. What you can do, I know that if you just don't sign, because obviously Toro Rosso will offer me a contract at the end of the season. I know that if you don't sign for them, you'll get some options available to you. That's a little bit ropey for 14th, isn't it? Yeah, you'll get some options on the table. So it's a risk we could take. I'm happy to take. Heavy on a concentration now. Oh, I want the curbs. Curbs are ropey on this track. Yeah, this isn't a track I excel on. Down a main street. Can't lie to you, I'm getting tired out here. I might do the Chinese Grand Prix, Leave the last two for the next time. Because that means we can get straight into the new season as well. Final two, new season. So I probably will finish with the Chinese Grand Prix. That's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it tonight. Might enjoy it every night, but that's been good tonight. Chat's been flowing. We've been doing well. Very little anger. It's a good place to be over here, isn't it? Ninth will take that. Right, end the session. Lovely, drubbly. Yes, lovely stuff. Straight out on the barnet. Straight on the barnet. I'm just saying words now. His hair.
The mid-table qualifiers from session 1 get another bite of the cherry to see if they can show what they're really capable of.
Tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in. Get on the brakes. Tidy. Oh, I thought the rear was going then. The one thing I will say about modern gaming is the controllers are way better. Like having the vibrations in the controller makes a world of difference. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll be honest with you, the car's really good. Like I thought we may have fluked it in Hungary because I was pretty decent at the track. But I didn't fancy my chances too much at Monza. We did fairly well there, so I'd say all in all, we've got ourselves a tasty little car here. $36.8 on modern games, really? Yeah, TV camera. Yeah, the replay cameras are really good. Then again, actually on F1, no, F1 Championship Edition. That's what we're playing on F1. Oh, what is it? F1 Career Challenge. I don't think the replay cameras are too bad on that game, considering it was what 03 when that came out. I'm going to start 14th. I'm sorry, people, we are going to keep our run of Q3s. It's because I cannot be bothered to do another lap. So we're out qualified. Villeneuve. And I think Liuzzi went out in Q1, so that's right. Get him more overtaking him. We'll get some training in ahead of. Clayton's had a beast of a session. Massa on pole with Alonso 4th. Nah, I can't not play it like. Nah, it's just no vibe. It almost seems like you have to. Back in the day, you could be like semi. My apologies. You could be semi crap at them and still have a lot of fun playing the game. I don't know if you can. If you're not great at an F1 game now, I don't think it's very enjoyable.
Coming live to you from the Shanghai race circuit. The first Chinese Grand Prix took place in 2004. Although a relative newcomer to the F1 calendar, the Shanghai circuit, designed by the famed Hermann Tilke, is state-of-the-art. It's also the most expensive Formula One facility ever made, costing a staggering $240 million US. It's a clear day here at the moment, good visibility for the drivers. On pole is Felipe Massa. Second is Kimi Raikkonen. Jenson Button goes from third. Fourth is Fernando Alonso. Fifth is Michael Schumacher. Sixth is Rubens Barrichello. Seventh place for Juan Pablo Montoya. Jarno Trulli occupies eighth on the grid.
thankfully we haven't been graced with a wet race yet, which I will not lie to you, I'm very pleased about, because the problem with the wet on this game is only like 2 seconds slower than the dry, and I've always thought the AI were a little bit OP in the wet.
Take it easy while the tyres are blue. More grip. They'll soon heat up and turn green on the indicator.
Here come the drivers.
Sweep around the outside. We haven't been caught up in an incident yet, so...
First turn. Behind him is
Oh, we've damaged the front wing.
next is Alonso.
I'm hoping that won't cause too much irritation. We haven't really gained anything, have we? Not the start one was hoping for. We're going to sling one up the inside. Push them all out, push them out. They're off to Narnia, that's fine.
Maintain this driving. You're moving
Yeah,
superbly.
up to P10. Can we keep our points run alive? Oh, no, that front wing might be causing us some grief. Could be the heavy fuel load, so I'll take that into account as well. Oh, no. What are you doing to me? God, you see why we get mid-pack and suddenly can he drive? Oh, I see you there, Heidfeld. Heidfeld had an incredibly long career for someone who was quite average. Yeah, you can have a formation lap on it, yeah, I just got it turned off. Because I think it's a bit of a novelty thing. It's great for like 1 or 2, but it just gets hard to get on with it. Someone's exploded already. Heidfeld there making a track. Nah, he was not. I don't think he was. He was great in F3000. To the inside.
With the first lap
I thought he was good in F3000, Heidfeld. I just don't think he shoot
is first.
any...
Alonso is second. He's up from fourth. Raikkonen is third. One place
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Actually, I forgot about all them podiums.
he slipped from third.
Oh, maybe he was alright. He was average. We'll call him he was an average driver.
Sixth. Fisichella seventh.
I just don't think he ever looked like winning a race. And then his golden chance at Canada 2008 got beaten by his teammate.
Lap to go, and then you enter the pit stop window. Scheduled stop next lap. You're doing well. That's the best time you've achieved through sector 1.
But then it was Robert Kubica, who I think would have been an absolute talent if it not been for his rally incident. Right, into the pits in the next lap. God, sometimes they break really early there, but sometimes they break like incredibly late. That's terrible on my part.
10th position.
But you got to do what you got to do, and you
We've got yellow flags in sector 2.
don't look at that. It was terrible.
Yellow flag, sector 2. No overtaking and get back on the throttle once you see the green flag. That's a whole second
It does.
previous time recorded.
I think in 2008, right, I think when he won the Canadian Grand Prix, he was leading the championship, but then for some unknown reason, BMW went, well no, actually hang on, we won't develop this car at all again.
You're running at 8.
Yeah, I think BMW just kept up with the development race. He'd have been in that championship fight. And he was so good.
Drivers start their third
And with
lap.
Massa and Hamilton taking points off each other towards the end,
Alonso is second.
it would have been, he'd have been there or thereabouts. I do not understand why BMW... I know the rules were changing
Barrichello fifth.
for 2009.
You're seventh.
And I know they were absolutely certain
That's a jump of 3 places.
that they were going to get it right. They didn't. But I just do not know why they just... there wasn't even that late in the season, It was like round 7. And then they just didn't develop, and then they went backwards and backwards. I think he had a couple of podiums after, but it was nothing like... Yeah, but they were in the title challenge from the start of 2008. They should have just... And it was in fact, there weren't no budget cuts. Or budget cuts. There weren't no like cost cap back then. Just throw money at it. It was a stupid decision.
You're up half a second.
Because Ferrari and McLaren weren't incredible in 2008. No, see, that's not like Germans. They're very meticulous. But yeah, like I said, Ferrari and we could pit in. Ferrari and McLaren weren't incredible in 2008. I feel that BMW kept going. Now they could have won the World Championship. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
As we head into the final few laps, first is Button. He's up from third. Michael Schumacher is in second. That's a gain of 2 places. Weber is third.
Come on. Lovely. Oh, 8.1. I think that might be our quickest stop so far. We've jumped the McLaren.
Barrichello is 7th. And in 8th place is Juan Pablo Montoya.
Progressing nicely up the field.
Done alright here.
Take it easy out there until the tyres are shown as green on the indicator. Whilst they're blue,
Did they change the front wing? I don't think they did. I hope not. It wasn't that bad.
the car condition indicator is showing green tyres. They've heated up nicely now. Grip should be good.
Free to go. I'm not sure who has and hasn't pitted yet. I don't think we're really in the contention for points here. I'm not sure who has and who hasn't pitted, but I'm assuming Barrichello and Fisichella have pitted because they were ahead of us on track anyway. So I'll put down they probably have pitted. There's a couple of cars in. I think there's a Super Aguri down there. He's coming in the pits now. Where is his oil? There, right on the racing line. That's my teammate who's had an explosion.
Top 10 finish can be on the cards and remain where you are.
I'll take a top 10 finish. Yes, I am using full traction control, mainly because the button on the PS3 controller is there's not a lot of window. If it was on the trigger, I'd use medium. But I don't know if you can remap the controls on this game. Not that the PS3 triggers are great, if I'm being honest with you. It's mad to think that the original PlayStation 3 controller, PlayStation 1 controllers didn't have any analog sticks. Win the points for a point. Yeah, I've just seen. That'd keep our points running going to 4 races, 4 points finishes. I will take that all day long. 1 and a bit to go. Can we keep Juan Pablo behind us? Is that the one that's someone engine expiring in the distance? That's going to give us another point. Oh, there's some oil there. Who's that? Raikkonen. His engine just went every day. 2005.
Alonso is behind him in second place.
Well, who's leading? Ooh. It's going to be taste. I reckon it's going down to the final race with Massa and Alonso. Lovely. We're going to end up with 2 points here. Exquisite. Ooh. Hang on. Let me read now. When you do a better job in the Toro Rosso, then Coulthard in the Red Bull, I think you get promoted for next season to Red Bull. Ooh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what options we get, because obviously we only took the race seat like at Hungary, so he's pretty much midway, or probably past midway. So I don't think we're going to get like top midfield seats for season 2, but I might take I could take the Red Bull seat, because it is. Are they not just the same car though?
Massa races past the checkered flag for the maximum 10 points.
I'm tempted to not sign the Toro Rosso deal. No, because I'm worried, because I might just take the be safe and take the Red Bull deal if we get it, because if I know you can do the whole if you just don't sign the contract for the team that you're currently driving with, you get some good offers on the table, but I reckon there will all be test drivers, and I can't go back to that.
Wonderful stuff. Shanghai has provided yet another fabulous Grand Prix for us to
What's the
absorb.
point in it with 2 to go? Stuff. Anyway, our 2 points is putting us on. We've jumped Nick Heidfeld.
Chinese race organisers can be very proud of the show they put on here.
What's the constructors looking like?
Next, it's over to Japan in 7 days' time.
Sixth place in the Constructors' Championship. I am more than happy with that. But, you lovely people, it's where we call it for tonight, because quite frankly my arse is numb sitting on this chair. See, they've offered us one. We will decide this in the next stream, but we'll make a quick save and then we shall call it for tonight. 2 to go in the championship. We'll get that done next time, and then we'll be able to start fresh, new season. We can make an absolute gun for it. So lovely stuff. Tomorrow evening, fingers crossed, 8 o'clock, between 8 and half 8 UK time. Ciao ciao, enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you're doing.